Hey there. So you might have been stumbled upon this scenario where you want to quickly spin up a website for your product or for any other reason. So what you would do is you would write a simple markup for your website in HTML, and after that what you would do is to make it something beautiful. You will be using you might be using some CSS frameworks such as Bootstrap or Tailwind. But the problem with this approach is you have to work on it quite extensively. Like you would have to add those predefined classes from the framework all over your HTML elements, and yet you want to be able to spin up as quickly as you would like, and at the end of the day you will still not be able to get what you want because you might not be very much familiar with CSS, for instance. So that is the issue with this approach, and that's where this CSS framework called Simple CSS comes into the picture. So let me show you what this is actually. So this is a CSS framework, a pretty simple one, and as its name suggests, Simple CSS, and it says a classless CSS framework to make a good looking site quickly, and rightly so. The Simple CSS is a classless CSS framework that allows you to make a good looking website really quickly. So the problem that I mentioned, that you would already have the HTML markup of your website without any CSS classes. So this framework will actually make your website a good looking one just by adding the link to this CSS framework. The only thing that you need to do is just add this CSS framework, and that's it. It will do the rest of the work for you. So let me show you how. So I have this code pen over here, and as you can see I have got this HTML markup where I have a bunch of HTML elements. So this is a header where there is a h1 and p tag. There is a navbar where I have a bunch of hyperlinks. I have a p tag. I have button over here, a table, and a form with regular form inputs like select and text input, and these checkboxes, radios likewise, and a text area. And finally I have a footer which says which have a p tag over here. So just regular HTML stuff. And if you notice, I haven't added any CSS classes over here, so it is quite bland looking as of now. As you can see, there is no style applied on these HTML elements, and it is quite bland right now. So let's add simple CSS over here. So I am just I will just grab the link. I will just add this line, one line of code. I will just copy this and will add it over here, and you will see the magic right after it. Alright, so as you can see, by just adding this one line of code, my HTML markup has gone from bland looking to a beautiful looking website, and quite a passable, right? So as you can see, the header has been transformed into this good looking header where it is horizontally centered. It is also responsive, so as you can see, it is quite responsive as well. The navbar with HTML hyperlinks has also been transformed to a good looking one. The p tag has been also a good have been a good looking one, where it has a good margin and padding from the sides. The button has also got styled as well, the table as well, and so is the form with all the form inputs styled quite beautifully, the radios, the text area, and the buttons as well. And lastly, the footer has been also beautified without you having any single classes. So all this has been done without you having adding a single CSS class, thanks to Simple CSS. And one more interesting thing that I would like to mention over here is this Simple CSS uh, do these just under 4 KB of CSS. So let me show you. The author has also mentioned it over here. So as you can see, it says, for example, the minified CSS for Bootstrap framework is 144 KB in total, and in comparison Simple CSS is just less than 4 KB. So this will also save you some uh, this will also save you some memory, and by this you will also gain some performance optimizations, and that's how you will be able to quickly spin up a beautiful looking and passable website just by adding a link to the Simple CSS. And that's it. So if you end up liking this video, consider subscribing to my channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.